Back to Friar Talk. Today we are all together, I think, for the first time ever, doing the giveaway. So pretty pumped. The way we're gonna do it is I basically have this roulette thing on my phone that is like a random number generator. So we're gonna spin it that way. So if you guys are in and you guys are joining the giveaway, just put your name or your @ or whatever in the comment section. I'll just start adding people to it. But also, we can just do some questions until then, but probably a little bit shorter of a live stream today, but it'll be pretty fun. So let us know what you guys are thinking and ask any questions. Chase, Isaac, anything you guys got?
No, we just talk about the NFL real quick. Had some games yesterday, Indianapolis and Arizona. Indianapolis won. I think Indianapolis is probably one of the scarier teams right now in the playoff race, even if I don't know if they're leading the division. I haven't checked in a while. I think they are, but or are they? It's Jacksonville, Indy, Houston.
The Titans are.
Oh, the Titans. Yeah, the Titans are leading the division, but Indy's still probably one of the scarier teams in the playoff race. The Cardinals, I mean, without D-Hop, I guess they're meh. Niners Titans. We haven't talked about that one yet. What'd you guys think?
That was a very frustrating game, I think, to say the least. As a 49ers fan and not a Jimmy Garoppolo fan, it is excruciatingly painful when you watch Jimmy literally sell the game consistently. And we saw that again. Chase, you kind of feel the same way on?
Yeah, I think I sent to our group chat. I'm like, well, because one of my friends was asking me, he was like, would you start Jeff Wilson or A.J. Brown or another guy? And I was like, I'd probably go Wilson, just because I don't know how A.J. Brown's going to be coming off injury. And he's like, well, Chase, looks like I should have went with Brown. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's not my fault Jimmy had the Titans money line today because, those two picks sucked. I mean, there were some bad calls that were missed. I mean, you can basically stomp out a corner and it not be a flag. So the more you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was bad.
That was crazy.
So bad.
That was crazy. AJ Brown manhandled. I don't even know who that was, but that was a flag and a half.
It was Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, Jimmy Ward's allowed like 50 yards the entire season, and then that's like 25 right there.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But I mean, the Chargers play the Texans, so there's nothing exciting to talk about. If they lose, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, you guys got and then the Niners play the Texans next week.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of guys on COVID right now, but it's the Texans, and Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen should be able to do it by themselves. I sure hope they can do it by themselves.
Yeah, we're all in the same room today, Rat Boy. We are all back for Christmas, so it's the first time we've actually been able to do this because usually I'm in New York, Chase's in Arizona, and Isaac's in San Diego. So it's like we're all over the place. But now we're not even in any of those places. That's the best part. We're in the desert. So if we meet up, it's not in any of the places we live, which is funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got right now. I got Rat Boy, Ismar, Gil, and Mario in here. So, you're in Chandler, Arizona?
Look, Chase, Arizona. Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Not too far from me. I live in Tucson.
So how far is that?
Hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on Phoenix traffic. That's the biggest pain in the ass.
Asante is back today.
That's big. Yeah, Asante's nice.
Yeah, Asante's nice.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, he's kind of small, so he's kind of going to get injured a lot. But, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Jason Verrett, except not as injury prone. Because Jason Verrett would tear ACLs and Achilles. And the only ones Asante has gotten so far is concussions.
Really? So wait, how many? Okay, because he tore his knee again this year. So he tore his knee 3 times.
Yeah, dude. I think he did it twice with the Chargers.
That's insane. Yeah, he's been hurt like the majority of his career.
What's crazy is he's so good when he's not hurt.
Dude, last year he was a true number 1 corner.
Yeah, he's legit. He's super good.
Yeah, hopefully best crossover ever. Yeah. All right, guys, keep putting your names in because we're going to do this probably in 5-10 minutes-ish. So just put your names in. We'll add them all up, and then you guys can see the jersey behind me. We'll do the giveaway after that. And I'll make sure to read through everyone's name to make sure that, everyone has a chance to enter. I didn't really promote it that much because I was like, all right, people that have been listening right now, in the lockout, I feel like they deserve a jersey more.
Dude, there is nothing to talk about. They said we're not going to talk baseball until 2022. I said, okay, well.
Yeah, we've had some tough times trying to come up with topics. We probably talk for like a solid hour before we start, just trying to figure stuff out. But
we'll probably do like, I think the next one that we'll do that's like baseball oriented is like talking about like who's going to be the closer.
yeah,
But like they could go and sign a guy that's clearly going to be the closer. So it's
Definitely.
kind of irrelevant sometimes. That's the problem.
mentioning the closer, did you guys see that video on? It was just of Nelson Lamet throwing. He was on the mound throwing, and it was surprising because I honestly didn't think I'd see that. Because I mean, he's hurt, but I think he was only throwing fastballs. I only saw fastballs, but it looked good, I guess. I mean, I can only go based off the film.
Future closer. That's all I'm going to say. I swear to God, if they put him as a starter.
An all-time Padres lineup?
That'd be kind of cool.
Shoot. Well, I'll do one right now. Just kidding. I don't know them all off the top of my head. Tony Gwynn. Who would you guys take? Ken Caminiti or Manny Machado?
You can put them both in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more you put Tatis.
Shortstop.
Dude.
I
Dude,
don't
I
know.
feel
you got Gwynn,
What about Tony
right?
Gwynn?
Oh, I guess you could, but okay, yeah, this is gonna be tough. So we're gonna have like terrible for okay, we have to really think about this for a while. Do a top 30 prospects list. Okay, we could definitely do that.
Yeah,
That'll be a good one because that's something where I don't know. I feel like that would be an easy one to do because we did that last I think we did it in February. That was one of the first ones we did on YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
That took a while, but it's fun. Yeah, right field would be pretty competitive. Myers versus Glenn.
I think it's just Tony Gwynn. Myers. Yeah, I think it's just Tony. I don't know who would place. I mean,
You got Benito Santiago at catcher.
catcher, absolutely. I feel like the consensus in center, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steve Finley.
Probably.
You could do what's his name? Oh, dude, he was on the team when who was it? Like maybe like 2006.
Cleo Green.
Is it Ken Cameron? Is that his first name?
Mike Cameron.
Mike Cameron. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, maybe he's up there, but he was more of like a defensive guy. So you probably go Steve Finley, huh?
Yeah, I'll go Steve Finley. Because if you look at like Finley's and Cronenworth's numbers, they're kind of similar, I think, except for the home run department.
Because Steve Finley's hit a lot, or no?
I don't know. I think I don't know who's hit more, but Tatis versus Ozzy. Tatis is so young, but at this trajectory, it's going to be no question.
I think you have to put Tatis just because Tatis means like so much to the team. Where like Ozzy's a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Like he's not. Oh, that's what makes it tough.
At
Chase
first, I
wants-
probably.
Chase, you want to discuss Anderson?
No, I don't. That hurt. First base, you probably have to go Aegon, no?
No, I think Hosmer.
Get out of here. There's a door right there.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
God,
Aegon.
who do you go second?
For sure. Corey Spangenberg.
Oh, you mean Alexei Amarista?
Oh man, that is rough. Do you do he's David Eckstein for the fun times in 2010? There's really not that many second basemen. Huh?
What did Brian Giles
Briars
play?
played outfield.
Yeah. My friend.
Tadahito Iguchi. Anyone remember that name?
I don't.
He was the second baseman with when Khalil Green was short. I think 2008, 2007.
Shit.
The only reason I remember the name was because it was such a unique name that was on the Padres. I was like, I like that.
It's gonna be like Hassan Kim.
Yeah.
Friends with Benito Santiago.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, there was this guy at I don't know if you guys remember that A's game that I went to, but there was this guy that would he'd go with people with his phone and interview people, and his name was what was his name, Santiago or something, and so he'd be like, "Who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player?" And then he'd be like, "You guys want to know who's mine? Benito Santiago."
So when do you guys think? I guess for everyone, including you two, when do you guys think that baseball's gonna be back on?
Sure.
And it's like an impossible question,
Yeah,
but
it is.
The Players Association and the MLB absolutely hate each other, and they suck at working together. The last 2 years have taught us anything. It's that they never agree on anything, like at all.
Very true. Yeah. Well, with kind of with what we're seeing around sports, right? Around sports, even in basketball and football, we're starting seeing a lot of COVID cases, and they're starting to put a lot of people on the injured list in both sports because of it. So realistically, we could see another year of maybe not having fans, but limited fan capacity, maybe no spring training or a spring training with very little, limited capacity as well. So that also factors into when we see baseball again. But in terms of the CBA contracts, it's probably going to take a little while. I would assume 100 games.
I could even see a little less happening, like 80 to 90.
Yeah, that sucks. Because then whoever wins it is only a third champion.
Well, yes and no. I think they're trying to get a shorter season anyway.
Yeah.
What do we say was an ideal season? Like 140, was it? 130?
Yeah, I think 130 is good.
Like that kind of range. Because
162 is
that's
absurd,
a lot,
dude.
dude. That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
And you look at like some of the guys at the end of the year, they're just super beat up.
Yeah.
You look at like, I mean, I don't know if this is all about injury and stuff, but like Grisham. I mean, Grisham did have that heel injury. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But like Grisham, like first, I don't know, 80 games compared to like last 80 games is like a great player to like a very, very bad player. So like
absolutely.
a lot of guys get completely worn down, which I guess it is part of the sport, is like being able to have that durability, but it's not really fun when you're watching Trent Grisham strike out a bunch.
And he wasn't even worthy of a leadoff spot. I also like Bryce Harper. We talk about the MVP. Bryce Harper didn't really start popping off till like the back 60 of the season, where Fernando was fantastic. Maybe like from April 20-something to when he got injured, pretty much.
Yeah, he'd probably win it if that was the case.
Yeah.
The Padres would have made the playoffs too if that was the
Absolutely,
case.
dude.
Padres make
Jesus.
playoffs. They probably go on a decent playoff run.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Their pitching died in the second half anyway.
They did.
So
Again.
Hosmer was worn out after 10 games. Yeah, definitely.
I think Hosmer wore out like a couple years ago.
ever since the stomach
Yeah.
thing, he's just
ever since he dropped that, ever since that pop fly went over his head in Houston.
actually, you know what? Ever since he picked up the pen and signed a contract with the Padres.
Did you guys see? I know we talked about this one before, but do you remember the play this year where Kim is in the shift and he goes and makes a crazy play?
I already know what you're talking about.
And it blew up on Twitter again a couple days ago because
Uh-huh.
Hosmer's like jogging back to the bag and he's slow, and they show Kim and Kim's like,
Yeah.
Kim's just completely shocked that it happened.
Well, how many times did they show Jake Cronenworth doing that? Like shocked that Hosmer didn't make a play.
Oh yeah, and he would just be like, "Bro, like I'm playing first too, and
Yeah.
it's been fine."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that gif of JT Realmuto and the guy's jogging out from the
Yeah.
bullpen. He's just like,
that was hilarious.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll do this giveaway in a couple minutes. If you haven't said anything in the chat and you're in here and you want to have a chance to win the Tatis jersey behind me, here's who I have in it right now. Rapboy King. Is it Ismar P? Gil, Mario, Quan Pham, Isaiah Ham, and Juan Vasquez. So if you guys aren't one of them, just put your name in. We'll enter you guys in. Because right now, everyone's got 1 out of 7 chances. So that's pretty good for y'all in there.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Nicholas.
All right, Nicholas is in. Let's see. I know who is
Michael S. Nice.
All right. Let's see. Now we're getting some people in here. We'll do it in a couple minutes. I know that it's early.
Nicholas S. How's everyone's Christmas? Did you get any Padres gear?
I got a Debo jersey, so I've been.
You got a Debo jersey?
I got a Debo
Oh,
jersey.
that's
I've been
sick.
happy as hell. Are the Padres one player away from being champs? Absolutely not.
No, they're not. They're not.
They need a few. They got the bullpen they need to address, the starting rotation. Well, you can add or subtract a guy from there, bring a guy up. Who knows what they're going to do with that? You're never one guy away when your first baseman is Eric Hosmer. You need like at least 7 other bats that are like playoff quality bats to make up for Eric Hosmer grounding into second base into a double play almost every at bat.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy Pham was trash. Trent Grisham needs to be able to be consistent. The starting pitching needs to be able to pitch more than 5 innings most of the time. I mean, it all has to factor in because I think the bullpen started to falter because they were throwing so many innings.
Mm-hmm. I think so. One of you guys voted on this poll. I saw this. It was like, what is the primary reason for the Padres' downfall? And it was coaching, injuries, and then the Preller trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say it's probably injuries and coaching ahead of the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Like, not like the trade deadline was great. It definitely wasn't.
Mm-mm.
And it felt like, I think it was more about the timing of the trade deadline, though, that really hurt it.
Yeah.
But, like, if your starters are healthy, they still probably make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so, too. Darvish was banged up. Snell got hurt. Clevenger was out all year. Weathers was,
abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weathers really fell off. And the thing was, like, we had talked about it, like, probably 2 months before they stopped throwing Weathers. Like, hey, throwing Weathers now, all it's doing is costing you games and hurting Weathers' development because every time he comes out, he gets completely rocked. And then they throw him, and then it'd be 5-0 and then in the first inning. And you're like, dude, like.
All right, I got it. Who was worse, Ryan Weathers in the second half of the season or Jake Arrieta?
Oh.
I would guess it would be Weathers'
I would
numbers.
guess it'd be Weathers.
I don't know. Arrieta had like an 11 ERA, didn't he?
It's also like crazy because that we're bringing that up, like that we're comparing the two because that just shows how bad second half Ryan Weathers was. Now he is young, like we did cut him some slack. We were saying the whole time though, like you guys, like they got to stop starting him because I don't know if anyone saw like the interviews. I don't know, like his interviews, dude. He looked dead. He looked beat. Like I honestly felt bad.
He's been on Twitter a little bit now.
Yeah, he has.
I think he's gonna be all right. I think he'll be solid. But we were talking about trading him. Well, you guys made a video. This was when I was on vacation. You guys made a video and you were like, "Oh, should we trade Ryan Weathers for Max Scherzer straight up?" And everyone was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. And then now
look at that.
Wanted to do it.
If someone offered that deal, they'd laugh at him and hang up. Like that wouldn't even be a discussion. So
everyone wanted to do it. Like not that long, not that much later.
Yeah. So I think it's hard. And the thing about Weathers too is like his baseball savant numbers were horrible. They were awful.
Were bad.
And so it always felt like regression was coming, but not to that extent. Like even when you look at those numbers, like you see guys that still put up like solid numbers. Arrieta had an 11 ERA with 12 innings. Wow, that is terrible.
That's really bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think Weathers just pitched more, so we probably saw more of Weathers struggling. But Arrieta had worse like overall numbers.
And there were higher expectations with Weathers.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Niebla might be able to fix Weathers. We saw what Rothschild did to Pagan. We did an entire video on that. It went from red, blue.
Yeah.
Watch Emilio Pagan's interview after he gave up 3 home runs. No, I have not seen
I
that.
saw it. It was stupid. Oh my god.
Is that the one where he's saying, "Oh, my sprint rate and
yes,
everything's fine"?
Dude, he goes, my RPMs look good. My spin rate was good. I don't know what happened. You left it down the middle. What do you mean?
Dude, do you guys were you guys happy? You were upset when they re-signed him, huh?
Yeah. It's like, dude, I just heard the guy say some of the stupidest crap in his interview. Like, what do you mean you don't know what happened? You left 95 mile per hour fastballs down the middle, and it's like, how many times have we seen him do that?
I don't think he should pitch in the 7th, 8th, or 9th ever again for Padres, unless he like completely like has a resurgence. He was brave to go on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. And brave to say what he said.
No, you know who's always brave to go on camera? Tinkler after an extra innings game.
Oh, dude, the one where he like double switched the 5-hitter out.
Oh my god,
that was bad.
And then they just intentionally walk Machado every time.
And Cronenworth.
They would put 2 guys on, huh? They load the bases.
So that a pitcher would have to hit. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Horrible. But they battled.
So let's see. So what? Okay, I also saw this. Adrian Morejon. What's his role next year? Because we had talked about this before, and people are talking about who could, like when we made the top 10 pitchers videos, they were like, well, who could take a jump? And someone said, look, Adrian Morejon has like the stuff to do it, which I don't think is wrong. But if you put Adrian Morejon in a position where he can just pitch like 2 innings out of the bullpen, he would be lights out. Like you could pitch him 7 and 8, and he would be great for it. I would rather than put him in that spot and be like a Josh Hader type relief pitcher, because that way, like Chase, what was the innings? You know how he like has an innings cap every year, where it's like, when he hits
60 to 70,
and if he hits that, then he gets hurt, right? Like every single year, yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully he's a reliever. But no,
That's what I said. I said he should be a reliever. I've been saying that since last season.
Absolutely. And I mean, if he's after the season, he's okay. You can make him like a 2-3 inning reliever if you really need one of those. But I mean,
Josh Hader, maybe.
We've been saying we need our own version of Josh Hader.
Yeah, and the Padres have kind of looked at Josh Hader before too, because they know they need someone like that. It was always just interesting to me that they wouldn't have him in there, So final thing, and then we'll do the giveaway. Your Padres wish list, since it's Christmas time. Right now, I saw some people talking about Olsen and like getting 2 outfielders, but what do you guys want?
Ooh. Go Chris Bryant. We need to get rid of Hosmer. You can sign or trade for Josh Bell, or sign another first baseman. Take a chance on Suzuki, sign Bryant, get rid of Hosmer, and move Myers back to first, and start Abrams and right.
So you'd start Abrams right off the jump.
Yeah,
I like it. It's sick. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool to have Abrams jump or start right off the jump. But my wish list, I really want Matt Olson. I think if you're able to get your whole infield to have 30-plus bombs, I mean, I think Manny can get there. I know Fernando could get there. Can Jake get there? I don't know if he can hit 30, but I think he could probably hit like a solid 25. And then Olsen has proven he can hit 30. So I think an infield full of
he's had a playoff appearance.
I think an infield with Olsen, Cron, Tatis, and Machado. That'd probably be the best infield. I'm trying to think of others, but one of the best infields in baseball, at least. But I don't know who it would take to give up. That's the only problem I have with it.
Yeah, that's why so like I don't like it. I don't not like the idea of adding Olsen, but I kind of question like how much it would cost. I'd probably go Suzuki, because Suzuki isn't really going to cost you that much, and you could potentially you're going to get a great defensive player in the outfield. And if you add one great defensive player in the outfield, Suzuki's really fast, so you'd have 3 like pretty good defensive players. Yeah. Maybe you don't say that about Will Myers, but
depending on which, he's better in left, which he didn't play left, which maybe that's because Tommy Pham sucked that defense, but who knows?
Yeah, so I think you add Suzuki. All right, you got your outfield set. You add Josh Bell or Matt Olson, depending on what it costs, and I would DFA Hosmer. I would not trade a prospect to get rid of Hosmer. And then I'd sign Nelson Cruz if there's a DH, and your lineup would be stacked. Like, your lineup would be so good. You could even, like, say that Abrams is ready to go, then he can take Myers' spot. Like, he can come up. And if he doesn't, then you can kind of have, like, Myers as, like, a depth piece, or have Abrams as a depth piece. And then eventually, like, when Myers deals out, like, he's gone. But then you would also have, like, a nice transition into Abrams from Myers. And then you have Suzuki. If Suzuki's not great, all right, then you got Hassel. Like, you have, like, backups at every position, like guys that can take over those spots if your free agent signings don't pan out. Mm-hmm. I also don't think adding Chris Bryant would be a bad move. I think that'd be a good one. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Nicholas says he also wants Grish and Kim to bounce back. I don't know if Kim would be bouncing back of more
breaking out.
Yeah, I think breaking out. I really wonder if he's going to be able to do it. Like, I like him. I think Kim's awesome, but he was bad offensively. He almost had under a 600 OPS. Like, that's terrible. So Grisham should be able to bounce back.
I hope so.
Kim showed flashes. It's just putting those things together.
It'll take time. I mean, going from the KBO to major league pitching. I forgot who he hit the home run off of against Cincinnati, but I mean, he's shown his potential. It's just a matter of, like, I think he could be a solid 750 OPS guy with, like a 260 batting average, but where he'll make up for that is on defense, wherever he plays.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, here's who I got on the list. If you guys are not in, let us know. We'll do this in like 2 minutes. Rat Boy King, Ismar P, Gil, Mario, Quan Pham, Isaiah Ham, Juan Vasquez, Nicholas S, Nicholas G, Michael S, Adrian R, Kim T, and Joseph D. If you guys aren't in it, let me know real quick. I'll do it, and then we'll do it in probably like 2 minutes. But yeah, I think that's a good one. I think So what is that? You got to have 3 guys then, right?
I think you have to add 3 guys.
See, the only other thing like you could do is like Matt mentioned Nelson Cruz. If the DH comes, then you're like, okay, we need to add another guy. But as long as you add like if you add both Bryant and Suzuki and get rid of Hosmer, you could still probably start off with Abrams just focusing on DH, having him see pitches, get consistent at bats, possibly get extra power out of him, and plus you can use that speed on the bases consistently and not really have to worry about him adjusting to the outfield quite yet.
And he can also do that like in his own time.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, what is Abrams working on? He's working on playing every single position.
Yeah.
That's like a first and catcher. Like you can have him do that.
Kind of like Chris Taylor.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be a sweet guy to have. Like as
absolutely.
all the versatility.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's possible too. Because I think like some guys, maybe they're not the athletes, but like Abrams is like, wasn't he like an Olympic level athlete coming out? Like he has like insane
tools.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That'd be cool. I think Abrams is the guy, and we've talked about it a lot. We had him number 1 last year, and we like Gore.
Yeah.
Like we still have a lot of faith in Gore, but we had him over Gore because he's so good.
He's
like,
really good. He showed it in spring training too. Like I know his average and stuff wasn't all that, but he had a home run off Trevor Bauer. I forgot who else he had home runs off of, but he looked amazing in spring training.
Yeah. You guys like signing Cruz? I love signing Cruz.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's going to hit 30 home runs. He's going to be one of the best offensive players. Like, you can't really, like, that's a perfect DH. And also, I think we got to do this one too. If a DH is implemented, is it a lock that the Padres sign Nelson Cruz? Because I think it is 100, or maybe 99% lock. Like, we've seen that Preller will literally go after every Ranger. That's like one of the best Rangers. Like, that's the best one guy, I think. So
the Padres are definitely going to have to trade at least 2 catchers.
Yeah. It seems likely. Who would you guys guess? I would guess Campusano.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe they have Alfaro just be an outfield piece or something. I mean, I doubt they'd trade Nola. Caratini. They should trade Caratini. They should do something with Caratini, but I mean, he's Darvish's personal catcher.
Watch Darvish get moved this offseason, and Caratini's gone with him.
Well, remember when we were talking about like this, how the salary floor would impact the Padres, and I forgot which one of us brought it up, but we said like it's an actual possibility Darvish would get moved if that was the case, because he's expensive, he's old. I mean, he had back problems last year. Like, I mean, it's not the worst move to think about it.
I think if your catching room was, I think the best catching room you could have is Nola and Campy. I think that's I think that's perfect. That's why I get kind of frustrated that we added Alfaro, and it seems like that's the guy that's going to be on the team. Because it doesn't really make much sense if you add Alfaro and then you just move him again. Like, you usually don't see that.
No, they did it. They did that with Ryan Hanigan in 2014, 2015. They traded for Ryan Hanigan and then traded him to the Red Sox instantly.
Jesus.
I think Caratini is gone.
You think so?
And even if he's Darvish's personal catcher, they're gonna be like, dude, Darvish,
you're a
4-year rate, man. You don't get a personal catcher. And also, like, Nola's been known of being like such a great like guy behind the plate. So I don't know. I think that you can have Nola be like, yeah, I can pick this up, because everything that people say about Nola is like, yeah, Nola's amazing. Nola's like the best defensive. Because like, okay, one of my friends, and actually played baseball at the same school as you guys, but a little younger. He's a catcher, and he's like, dude, Nola calls the best game in the league. And he's a Red Sox fan that has like no bias towards the Padres. He's like, it's not even close. Like he's like, I think Nola is the best person that you would want as a pitcher.
Yeah, he's really good behind the plate. You saw, I mean, Blake Snell shoved with Nola as soon as Rothschild left. Musgrove did really good with Nola. Paddock, I know he gets a lot of slack. He did good with Nola, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Brandon Valenzuela is great too. He had a big bounce back, but is he protected or no?
No, remember we were talking about it. He might be taken in the Rule 5 draft. I don't know when that's going to be, especially with the lockout. They already did one of them, which I don't think minor league operations are out of play. So he might be gone in a Rule 5 draft. I don't know when that'll be, but if he isn't, team's definitely missed out.
And how many guys do they have over the 40-man? They have like 2 or 3 guys over, right? I think right now.
I think they might be at 40.
I think they're at 40 with Alfaro, because they were at. Oh wait, no, because Nick Martinez never signed.
No.
So I think we are just at 40. Because if not, I think they would have had to move someone, but they didn't because lockout.
Yeah, true.
All right, guys, let's do this thing. Okay, so I'll put it up here because I probably should have done this on the other screen, but it's basically has everyone's name in it, and we'll spin. We'll see who wins. So, sorry, Isaac.
Oh,
Nicholas S. There we go.
damn.
Winning the Tatis jersey. So, Nicholas, you can either hit us up on Twitter, comment on something, let us know. We'll figure out a way to get you the jersey. It's this one right here. Pretty sick one. I also have a gift receipt, so if you want to change it out, because we wanted to get a Musgrove one.
Yeah.
We wanted to get a Musgrove one, but they were sold out. They only had double XL. So I think this is a large one. I have the gift receipt, so if it doesn't fit, whatever, you can go and exchange it. It's the one at the Mission Valley Mall. I think it's called like Sports Forum or Sports something. It's pretty cool. They have a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll either ship that to you, drop it off, do something like that. But happy we got to do a giveaway. We've been wanting to do one of these for a while, so pretty fun to do. We'll do some down the road too. But lockout time.
I saw Juan. Juan almost won it. Hey, it's crazy. One time, so Juan works at the gym that I was going to, and he came up to me and he was like, and we started talking about the Padres. He saw I was wearing a Padres shirt, and he showed me his lock screen. It was a Padres lock screen. I was like, what the heck? I thought we were the only 3 Padres fans in the valley. And so another time he was like, hey, do you have a channel on YouTube? And I was like, yeah. And ever since then we talk about the Padres. So when I saw he almost won, dude, I was gonna be like, hey bro, I'll drop it off to you today.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome, man. Happy that we got to do a giveaway. Yeah, we want to do these down the road too. It's pretty fun to do. And then eventually, but you guys probably got lucky. Everyone in here had probably better odds, because if we do this in like April, there's going to be like 200 people in it. That's the thing. Right now, no one's paying attention to baseball. Also, fantasy playoffs, I feel like that is a huge deal. Where everyone is completely locked in right now, setting their lineups.
Yeah.
I know, I've been checking it too. I'm like, do I want to make last minute adjustments?
Yeah, also, anyone listening, me and Chase right now are going off, are matching up in the semifinals. So pull for Naja and Kamara tonight.
No, let's not do that.
We got to see it's funny because he called it a dud, but Chase has Jonathan Taylor, and Jonathan Taylor goes off for 100 yards, but he doesn't score like 3 touchdowns. So it's like the greatest thing that could happen for my team.
True.
Hey, at least I had Kittle only drop 3 for you.
Yeah, so it'll be super fun. But yeah, let's see. We got a couple more minutes here. Any questions? NFL, Padres, anything that you guys want us to do? Topics? We got to see a couple of the ones that you guys kind of want. Also, we're gonna finish this top 10. We are already committed to the top 10, even though nobody is watching it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. And I think it's definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, like, who do you like, this guy or this guy more? And it's like, oh, I like this guy. Like, for instance, like one that I picked that probably shouldn't have said, looking into it more, I put Castellanos under Joey Gallo. And I think a lot of people will hate that.
Oh, I did too.
You did that too?
Yeah.
Chase, did you do it too?
Yeah,
did we do it across the board?
I think we did.
Hold on, let me check. I don't remember. I know I had both of them pretty low in the top 10.
Yeah, dude. So we've been doing that. We're gonna finish that. We're gonna finish the trade one, which is basically it's a really fun one, but it's also like not current stuff. It's going back and looking at how much like how great were these trades? And there's 7 years, I think, or 6 years. What was it, 6 or 7 years? It's a lot of years of Preller making trades.
It's a lot of moves.
Yeah, it's a lot of moves. So it's pretty long. The whole series will probably be like an hour and a half to 2 hours, I bet, when it's done. But it's also a pretty fun one because you get to see, like, is Preller that great at making trades? So far, year 1 down, he was awful.
That was awful. That was awful.
Bad.
But then I think next year, is the year where he trades for Tatis, or the year after. So there are going to be some years that are better. And then some of the years are even like kind of to be determined. But then after we do that, we're going to give like Preller a grade on all of the trades he's done. So that will be pretty fun to do. But after that, like, hopefully the lockout starts slow, like we hear some news, because that'll be like early January when we finish both of those series.
Yeah.
And then we'll start doing a bunch of stuff. All right, Nicholas. Yeah, we'll definitely get you that jersey.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Let's see. There were so many players that wore a Padres uniform for a minute. Oh yeah, especially in like, dude, so many guys got like cycled through. The one that hurts the most is probably got to be the Max Fried one. That one is
that one's
brutal.
That one's
I don't know. The Trey Turner one's pretty bad too.
Yeah,
It's bad, but like looking at it now, it's like, all right, like we don't have Turner, but we have two great infielders.
That's true.
Max Fried, like if you have Max Fried
we don't
last
have
year,
one of those.
no, we don't have one of those.
Yeah,
Maybe Snell can be that guy.
Yeah.
Musgrove is close, but like, I mean, imagine if you had all three. That's
Yeah,
such a big
exactly.
difference. So, let's see. Sheffield, McGriff. Yeah. Irie, I'm sorry you missed the giveaway. Don't worry, we'll do another one. But yeah, so got some fun ones there. Anything else that you guys want us to talk about in the upcoming post series stuff? Because we'll do a Nelson Cruz one, we'll do a closers one, we'll probably do a couple of other guys like we'll just find guys like, oh, should we go get this guy? Because we've done Castellanos, we've done Bryant, Andres Munoz. That one hurts. What was the full deal for that?
I don't remember, but I remember he had Tommy John recently. So like, even the Indians didn't get him. I think it was in the Clove trade.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Naylor, Munoz,
Quantrill,
and
Dude, Quantrill's the one that hurts.
Hedges for Cleve and oh god, who was the second piece to that? He was an outfielder. He played like a game, then he went to the Yankees.
Allen.
Yeah.
Greg Allen, there we go.
Was he a Red Sox last year?
Was he? I thought he was on the Yankees for a minute.
He was on the Yankees.
Okay, what about this one? Let's see. This is a recent one. This one hurt. This was kind of like
the
a two-piece.
Austin Nola trade.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was pretty bad.
The Austin Nola one is bad. Okay, no, that's where Munoz was traded.
Oh,
so,
Munoz was traded in that one.
So it was Nola, Austin Adams, and Dan Altavilla. So the two relievers haven't looked too great. For Taylor Trammell, who I don't think is going to be like insane or anything. But you have Ty France, who's been great. Luis Torrens, who
been pretty good.
He's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, but I think it makes sense that they moved him. Like you look at like already we have a surplus of catchers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then Munoz. So a lot of this will depend on how good can Taylor Trammell be and how good can Munoz be. And also can Austin Nola bounce back? Because if Austin Nola is great and he's your everyday starting catcher, which is kind of far-fetched right now, but I think that could put you in a good spot.
Yeah.
So that'd be a fun one. But I think that one really hurts because you know who you traded Taylor Trammell for.
Yeah, exactly. Because Taylor Trammell was the top 5 prospect for us.
Yeah. He started to really bounce back with us too. That was the thing. Like everyone's like, "Wow, this kid can finally hit again." Because whatever the Reds did, that was a crapshoot.
Yeah, in that Futures game, he did pretty good too. When he was with us, he did pretty good in that.
Even in when he was, because he was still a prospect in 2016. All right, isn't he one that did the deuces at the Futures game?
He might have been.
Yeah,
I think so. Also, you see that Munoz signed a 4-year deal? Gil just wrote that. Seattle gave him a 4-year deal.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
I would have signed him to a 4-year deal instantly. That kid throws 104.
Yeah, he does.
Dude, I remember in a couple games that he showed up, it was like, whoa, this dude lights up the radar gun. Wow. What was that? Was that 2018 that he came in?
He pitched 2022.
Oh, yeah, he did a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I think he came in 2019 September, and then he pitched a couple games in 2020 before he traded for Nola.
Yeah, I saw him when I saw him at Petco, and I was like, whoa, like the ball, like, zoom. What the heck?
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to take off. Congratulations to Nicholas. Hopefully, you guys can win another one sometime soon. But it was fun to do the giveaway. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you all got all the gifts you wanted. Had a good time with your families. Also, it's cool that we got to do a stream together because never happened. It'll probably be a minute until that happens. So we will see. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys very soon. So have a good rest of your holidays. Hope everyone had a great time with their families.